Come to Subject Science Unit 3. Plants. Plants are useful to us in a number of ways. Plants produce their own food. At the same time, they are used as food by men and animals. Plants are not only used as food but also as medicine. Almost all parts of the plants are useful to us. Some plants grow in our surrounding naturally and some are grown by us. We need to know about plants which are useful to us in many ways. Let us study in this lesson about reproduction in plants, pollination and fertilization. Reproductions in plants. Reproduction is the process by which new individuals of the same species are produced. Both plants and animals reproduce. The flowers perform the functions of reproductions in plants. There are two kinds of reproduction that take place in plants. They are sexual reproduction and asexual reproductions. In asexual reproductions, new plants are produced from roots, leaves, stems and buds. In sexual reproduction, new plants emerge from seeds. Next one, flower. Flower is the reproductive part of a plant. It is a modified suit. Flowers have four important parts. They are sepals, petals, androecium, gynoecium. First one, sepals. It is the outer part of the flower. Usually, it is small and green in color. It protects the bud in the early stage. Petal. It is often colorful and it attracts the insect. Androecium. It is the male reproductive part of the flower. It is composed of stamens. Each stamen consists of a stalk called filament and a small bag-like structure called anther at the tip. The pollen grains are produced in the anther within the pollen sacs. Gynoecium. It is a female part of the flower. It has three parts. They are stigma, style, ovary. It has three parts. They are stigma, style, ovary. The ovary contains the ovules. The ovary contains the ovules. The flowers which contain either androecium or gynoecium are called unisexual flowers. Example, corn, papaya, cucumber. So, the flowers which contain either androecium or gynoecium are called unisexual flowers. The flowers which contain both androecium and gynoecium are called bisexual flowers. The flowers which contain both androecium and gynoecium are called bisexual flowers. Example, mustard, rose. Next one, pollination. The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to stigma of a flower is called pollination. The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to stigma of a flower is called pollination. Pollination is the first important event in the development of fruit and seed. Pollination is followed by fertilization. Two types of pollination take place in the flowering plants. They are self-pollination and cross-pollination. The transfer of pollen grains from the anther of a flower to the stigma of the same flower is called self-pollination. The transfer of pollen grains from the anther of a flower to the stigma of the same flower is called self-pollination. The transfer of pollen grains of a flower to the stigma of another flower of a different plant of the same species is called cross-pollination. In self-pollination, seeds produce weak plants and new varieties of plants cannot be produced. In self-pollination, seeds produce weak plants and new varieties of plants cannot be produced. In cross-pollination, seeds produce good plants and new varieties of plants can be produced. Pollination takes place through different agents. They are explained. Pollination by wind, anemophily. Pollination by wind, anemophily. The flowers pollinated by wind are mostly small in size and do not have any attractive color, smell and nectar. The pollen grains are non-sticky, dry, light and powdery. Hence they are easily carried by the wind. Example, grass, maize, vine. Grass, maize. Next one, pollination by water, hydrophily. Hydrophily. The flowers of water plants are not colorful and they have no nectar. Pollen grains of this plant have mucilaginous covering to protect them from getting wet. So pollen grains of these plants have mucilaginous covering to protect them from getting wet. They float in water and reach the other plant. Example, Vallisneria hydrilla. Pollination by insect. Entomophily. This is the most common type of pollination in plants like sunflower, lady's finger, brinjal and pumpkin. Some flowers are large in size and they have sweet smell. Some of these flowers produce nectar. They attract each insects like butterflies and honeybees. They attract insects like butterflies and honeybees. Pollination by birds, ornithophily. Fruit bats, hummingbirds and ants may also act as pollinating agents. So, pollination by birds is known as ornithophily. So, pollination takes place through different agents. They are explained. Pollination by wind. The flowers pollinated by wind are mostly small in size and do not have any attractive color, smell and nectar. Example, grass, maize, vine. Pollination by water. Example, Vallisneria, hydrophily. Pollination by insect, entomophily. Pollination by birds, ornithophily. Fertilization. The process of fusion of male and female gametes is called fertilization. What is the fertilization? The process of fusion of male and female gametes is called fertilization. So, male gamete is pollen grains, female gamete is egg. So, the process of male gamete and female gametes is called fertilization. The cell which results after fusion of the gametes is called a zygote. The cell which results after fusion of the gametes is called a zygote. The zygote develops into an embryo. Fruits and seed formation. After fertilization, the ovary grows into a fruit and other parts of the flower fall off. The seeds develop from the ovule. The seed contains an embryo enclosed in a protective seed coat. Based on the number of cotyledons in the seed, the angiosperm plants have been divided into two groups, namely dicotyledon and monocotyledon. Dicotyledons have seeds with 2 cotyledons. Example pea, bean, castor. They have leaves with netted venations and taproot system. Let's see comparison between dicot and monocot seeds. Dicotyledons have seeds with 2 dicotyledons. Example pea, bean, castor. They have leaves with netted venation and taproot system. Monocotyledons have seeds with 1 cotyledon. Example maize, rice, wheat. They have leaves with parallel venations and fibrous root system. So, in this lesson we are learned reproductions in plants, pollination and fertilization. Thank you.